Hi there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. So, Stargirl. I'm gonna watch the first episode of Stargirl. Now, I was considering doing a little bait and switch just for fun and, make a joke like I was gonna watch this Stargirl. But nah. For two main reasons. Number one, it's a movie and not a TV show. And number two, I read the description. And I don't want to watch it. Stargirl from Disney Plus is a tender and offbeat coming-of-age story based on the critically acclaimed New York Times bestseller, young adult novel, best-selling young adult novel, about an unassuming high schooler who finds himself inexplicably drawn to the free-spirited new girl whose unconventional ways change how they see themselves and each other. I don't want to watch that. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. It may be a perfectly sweet, lovely little film. But I will probably never know because, not feeling it. So, other Stargirl. Oh my god, could we be any smaller? Let me do this. That's much better. Alright. This new DC Universe drama series, Stargirl, follows high school sophomore Courtney Whitmore, series star Breck Bassinger. Breck? 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 Your name is Breck? That's a cool name. I've never heard that before. Breck. Cool. Alright, are you related to Kim? As she inspires an unlikely group of young heroes to take up the legacy of a long-lost superhero team, the Justice Society of America. And stop the villains of the past. Like you do. So, Stargirl. Yeah, I know precious little about this property. It's in the pantheon of superheroes, one of the more modern characters. I mean, not super new. She came out like 20 years ago. She's her name's Courtney, and she's Stargirl. And she dresses like that, and she has a magic stick that helps her fly and punch things really, really hard. Yeah, that's about all I know about the character. So I can't say I'm like really jazzed to watch this one because while I am a big, comics and superhero dork, I don't have any attachment or familiarity with this specific character. So, also, it's one of the CW superhero shows, which I've only seen a few of them, but they're kind of hit and miss from me, ranging from terrible to not too bad to really damn good. Supergirl I'm judging as very terrible only by the first episode. That sucker's been going for like 5 seasons, so I'm sure it got better, but I was so turned off by the first episode, I never bothered with episode 2. Batwoman, I also only saw 1 episode of. Thought it was alright, but didn't really, shake me by the shirt and say, you must watch episode 2. Black Lightning, on the other hand, I thought had a great premiere and watched the first season, really liked it, and actually fairly recently learned that not only is there a second season, there's a third season. So, I gotta get around to watching that at some point. So that's a fairly big quality range. The range, quality based on my own personal opinion, of course. I've never seen Flash. I saw the old one in the 90s. That was pretty good. The new Flash, Justin Grant or something, whatever his name is. Did not see Arrow, did not see Legends of Tomorrow, is that what it's called? Never seen a single episode from those, so... Blah. So, I've got no real expectations for this. I hope it's good and fun and has superhero shenanigans aplenty. Well, hey, not bad. Not bad at all. It's no Black Lightning, but few things are. Anyway, on a range of Supergirl to Black Lightning, I'd put it, a little bit above Batwoman. Next week, when episode 2 premieres, will I tune in? Considering that I'm paying for the DC Universe service, yeah, probably just to, make sure I get my money's worth. If I were not paying for the DC Universe service, which I'm actually paying for on accident because I bought it, I got the week trial, which renews if you don't cancel it before the end of the week. And by a week, they don't mean a full 7 days, which I'm sure is in the fine print, which I didn't read, so, shame on me. Here's a funny story. So, right before the break, I walked over to my computer, I sat down, and I looked at Stargirl, and it said 37 minutes, and I thought to myself, well, that's an odd length for an episode. Usually, something that fits into a half-hour block is going to be 22 to 24 minutes long. Something that hits into an hour block is going to be up into 44 to 48 minutes. Then I realized I had jumped the gun and the episode itself didn't actually premiere for another 37 minutes. So I sat there and I stared at the screen for 37 minutes, watching the numbers slowly count down until I watched porn for 37 minutes. Lots and lots of porn. As much porn as one could fit into 37 minutes. So much porn. With naked people in it. Doing really porn-like things. This was better than that. It had much better characters and a plot. Fantastical as it may be, still a plot. It even had better effects. Not saying much, but they were still better. Stargirl, it's better than porn. You can use that as a pull quote, CW. I dare you. I can imagine people looking at the pull quote on the poster, Stargirl, better than porn, Andrew Eisen, and they'd be like, who the hell is Andrew Eisen? And that would be a fair question. Andrew Eisen is me. A random dude who makes YouTube videos beloved by several dozen people. Oh, Stargirl, yeah. So, not too bad. Pretty decent opening episode. I think it needs to work on balancing its tone a little bit. I mean, it's not... There's not, horrendously distracting discordance going on with the tone, but... It's a very... It skews a little young, it's a little dorky, it's pretty colorful, the humor is funny but broad, but people get hurt and bleed and die, which is, it doesn't not work, But it was a little odd. There's an opening scene where, 10 years ago, the JSA gets wiped out by the bad guy. Justice League of America gets wiped out by the bad guys. And Starman, who gets impaled with an icicle from... I think the villain's name is Icicle. They have ice powers. And, literally impaled. And bleeds. And blurber, blood in the mouth. And he's like, oh god, I'm impaled and I'm dying and I'm bleeding and it hurts so bad. You need to... You know the whole Green Lantern thing when a Green Lantern line, the ring goes and finds someone else? It kind of the same thing with Starman's staff. It's like, you need to find someone of, wonderful character who will take up the staff of Starman and fight for truth and justice and all that good stuff. And his sidekick, played by Luke Wilson, is like, I'll do my best. And he goes, yeah, no, not you. You need to find someone who is true and pure of heart, who's not you, and can carry the mantle of Starman, and it's definitely not going to be you. And it's actually pretty funny. It's just a little odd to see that spilling over bloodied lips, And then he dies, and then the 50s rock soundtrack kicks in. Again, doesn't not work, but I think it's going to take the show a little bit more finesse to really balance that tone. So, characters are fine. Here's one thing I appreciate. Actually, I can think of two things I appreciate. Oh, I am generous with the kudos tonight. The porn has me in a good mood. Damn it, now I'm thinking of porn and I forgot what I was going to say. Damn you, pornography! Two things I liked that are not porn. This might take me a while. Okay, so one of them is Luke Wilson, who is the sidekick of the hero who died in a funny and bloody way. He is now married to Susan, who has a girl named Courtney, I remembered her name, who's the titular Stargirl. And it's one of those, the kid misses her daddy who disappeared 10 years ago, the same night that Starman died. And you might be like, oh my god, are they going to do that thing where the kids are really just unpleasant to the stepdad who's trying his best to be a decent stepdad, but the kids are just awful and you want to punch them in the head? Yes, I said it. You want to punch little kids in the head because they're just being awful. This show doesn't do that, and I appreciate it. Courtney is not, super nice to Pat or Luke Wilson, but she's not she doesn't make me want to punch her in the head. She's a kid. She has trouble expressing her feelings, and she's having trouble dealing with stuff, and it makes her not the most polite person in the world, but not a horrible nitwit that you just want to, punt across a parking lot with a steel-toed boot to the butt. So that's nice. What was the other nice thing? The other nice thing is there's some visual storytelling going on rather than, they show rather than tell. Ooh, it's so good. So, you might be wondering, okay, so Courtney gets the magical staff and becomes Stargirl. Well, how does she learn all the flip-kicky moves and stuff? Where's that come from? Is it the influence of the magic staff? Ha! I can buy a magic staff, sir, but not a magic staff that imbues the user with magical flippy-kicky powers. That is a step too far. No, they're all moving to Nebraska for reasons that I'm sure will become important in later episodes, and they show her packing up, and the camera doesn't really look at it, but if you're paying attention, you'll see things like boxing gloves and pictures showing that she's a gymnast and a baton, That's like, okay, so, she's an athletic kid who knows how to jump and flip and stuff without having to cram that down your throat. They do it really clever, really nice and subtle with, here's all the crap she's moving that tells you about who she is. Well done, showrunners. I liked that. The effects aren't horrible. They're not good. But again, this is a television show, so we're grading on a curve here. They are fine. None of them are really so bad. I mean, they're obviously CG effects, especially full CG characters like Solomon Grundy's in here, which they wisely keep to the shadows and kind of off camera. The show ends on a really nice little hook where she gets menaced by super bad guy with the mind powers, and she runs into a giant robot, and it's a transformed version of Luke Wilson's car. His car turns into a robot. That's cool. Don't you want to see the second episode now? Yeah. Yeah. I kinda do.